It's Richard Gladwell here for Sail World, here with Peter Burling after day 4 of the A-Class World Championships. How did you go today, Peter?
Oh, I didn't go that great today. Kind of gave myself a fair few opportunities, but let them slide pretty good. And yeah, it was a pretty tough day at the office. I was kind of leading that last race into the finish, and then tried to go through a school of birds, which was right on our ley line, and we didn't have much choice, and kind of let 3 boats pass doing that. So that was a bit of a tough day, but you get that.
So what were your places today?
I think I got like an 8th and 9th in the 8th or a 9th in the first one and a 4th in the second one.
Oh yeah. So we saw a lot of competitors out there having trouble with these birds, and it's basically the first time we've seen them all regatta. What was the sort of what were they doing?
Oh, it's pretty cool just to see them out there working up and catching some fish, but it was a bit inconvenient when it's right in your ley line and you don't really have many options other than trying to go through it. And got a few birds pretty good in that one, and didn't help my race.
And what happened on Thursday? We saw you out there over the side fiddling around with the centreboard.
Yeah, well, yesterday I won the first race, and then it was going pretty good in the second one, and smashed off a board. So I kind of went from just behind Blair and Glenn, and kind of a good battle back to 15th. So yeah, carried another 10 points out of that race, and yeah, a couple of races felt just as bad today, where you're right up there, and then you just miss one little thing, or just missed a few little bits and pieces, and went right to the back again.
So what did you have to do with that centreboard? Because did you both flip it? You flipped the boat at one stage?
Yeah, well, it got jammed in the bottom of the case, and was how it blew up. It kind of got really stuck in the case and ended up breaking the case on the last run. So they pretty much spent all day rebuilding the boat with a few of my boat building friends yesterday, and kind of rigged her up at about 10 o'clock last night, and she seemed to hold together fine today, but yeah, it's not really the ideal day off.
So what's that done for you on the overall point standings?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think Glennie will be a fair way out in the lead. Blair will be probably about 10 points ahead of me or something, and I'll probably be battling it out with third with Landy or someone like that. Yeah,
because we've seen a lot of the competitors, particularly Nathan Outteridge has had a few issues in this regatta as well. Do you think it's sort of something to do with the nature of the boats and first time foiling, and everyone's underestimated the stresses involved, or what?
Yeah, well, I think the one where I broke the board off yesterday, it was never really done it before. Kind of the whole boat just took off upwind and pretty much got fully airborne and just landed on the windward board and just peeled it off. So yeah, that was probably a little my fault. But looking in the middle of the board, there's a little bit missing in there. So yeah, whether it should have held up, but yeah, you kind of put a bit more load on it than I probably should have. And yeah, and the rudders and stuff, everything's just a little bit too flexy for how hard we're pushing them, and I'm sure next time round we'll be steadily foiling in a lot lighter breeze than we are now, and a lot more of the course.
So we've got a stunning photo of you at the top mark, the first race on Thursday. What was going? She looked like she was barely in control. Was that true, or was it just your fantastic sailing?
Yeah, when you crack sheets a fair bit and breeze with our tramps and our foil configurations, you get up pretty easy, and and then as soon as I rounded up there, just the air got under the whole thing and the foils, and just nearly flipped backwards. So I ended up backing it round and getting around the top mark in second or something. But yeah, it's just never really sailed these boats in that much breeze, so it's kind of just learning and figuring it out as you go along. And I think my week's training's kind of showing up a little bit at the moment.
And what's your strategy for the race tomorrow?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'll have to have a look at the points and see what happens.
Yeah. So you're just going to basically cover it and try for third, maybe second if you can?
Depends how many boats how close it all is. I assume I'll just have to go out there and try and win the race, but there's only a couple of us battling it out for that third spot. Might be able to do a bit of match racing, I'm not really sure.
Okay, well thanks very much and all the best.